A black man is suing two Nevada police departments after he was wrongfully arrested for a warrant describing a white man with the same name. Yeah, Shane Lee Brown spent 6 days in jail after the enforcement officers from Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and the Henderson Police Department mixed him up with another man. The black Shane Lee Brown is 23 years old, 5 feet 7 inches tall, and he's black. The white man with the same name is described on the arrest warrant as being 49 years old, 5 feet 11 inches tall, with a bushy white beard and blue eyes. The arresting officers failed to verify the person listed on the warrant properly. If they followed protocol, they would have noticed that Shane Brown wasn't the same one. They also would have known that the Shane Brown they were looking for had a conviction in 1994, 2 years before the black Shane Brown was born. Matt, this is sort of strange that you would just go with the name, okay, that's it. I mean, the reason I say that is people realize just go to my computer, please. So people need to understand why I use Roland S. Martin. Well, I use Roland S. Martin because when I was in the 7th grade, I was reading the newspaper about a Roland Martin who won a bass fishing tournament, who won $70,000. This right here is Roland Martin. He's a large white man. So imagine if he did something and folks like, oh, that's Roland Martin. How you not look at it and go, the suspect we're looking for is a white dude. This a brother. Matt, you're an attorney. How much money he gonna get?
I don't know, brother, but they're about to run him that check. They're going to run him that check. Let's make it simple. They have way too many checks to determine if they have probable cause, especially when they're arresting somebody on a warrant. And the law is pretty simple on this. Basically, as long as they don't ultimately find probable cause, either from a grand jury, or the person's otherwise indicted, then they can bring this kind of case. I think he's going to get a nice check. And I think he should, because this is really absurd. There's no way that you don't look at the warrant and see that he doesn't meet the description at all. I think this is frankly not even going to be a qualified immunity type situation. I think that the municipalities are going to try to settle this out of court and do what they can to avoid the embarrassment, believe it or not, because it's indefensible. It's just wholly indefensible that you don't even read the basic description on the warrant. It obviously doesn't match that. So I think he's going to do well in this case.
You know, Kelly, I do get, for a long time, Roland Martin, the famous bass fisherman, and I were going back and forth on Google in terms of that top spot, back and forth. I think it was about 3 years, and then finally I overtook him, and I think my name's on the top 5. But that ain't me. Like, this right here, this ain't Roland. And I hate fishing. That's boring as hell. So, I mean, I can only imagine Homeboy going, yo, that is not me. You only looked at the name?
I mean, it is the epitome of incompetence that, that this happened. And it'd be one thing if he was, apprehended and let go, in a reasonable amount of time, and, with their apology.
6 days!
6 days. He was in jail for 6 days. And I can only imagine on every single one of those 6 days, he tried to convince somebody in his vicinity who had a modicum of power to get him out. Hey, this is not me. Hey, you're looking for the wrong person, or even ask the question, how can I help you prove that this was not me? And the fact of the matter is, when police officers are so ingrained in their own self-righteousness and just are convinced that they are right come hell or high water, it is very difficult, especially when you are dealing with a Black man
Yep.
to believe the black man over your blue uniform.
Yep.
And this is a perfect example of that. And it is absolutely absurd that a man was in jail for 6 days based off a description that doesn't describe him at all.
Michael.
Yeah, Roland, at first I thought this was something that Barney Fife would do in Mayberry, but I remembered there weren't that many black people in Mayberry, so they knew all of them, so this wouldn't happen. This is crazy. This brother spent 6 days in jail behind this, and they didn't even do a basic review of the warrant or anything like that. So, this is another example of why some people should not be police officers. So, he should definitely sue. The lawsuit is for $500,000 under federal law, and the suit is seeking compensatory damages of $500,000 under federal law, at least $50,000 under state law. So yeah, and they need to make sure they need to explain how did something like this happen with the police departments. And two, what measures are they putting in place to make sure this never happens again?
Yeah, how about some damn eyeglasses? How about some eyeglasses? Back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Like, wow, Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be black-owned media and be scared.
You dig?